We're going to go ahead and get ready with the next section. Also, for everyone, email me, my email, richardww@gmail.com. I'm going to, I have a folder on my Google Drive account I'll share with you. It has all these presentations and everything. And I'm going to upload this one sheet here. This is something we got from, I think Dave Reed gave me this actually. But it's a list of all the officer roles by section.
Do you want me to go make copies?
Basically, oh, could you?
Baby, what can I not do?
Yeah, I did actually.
What
go.
Is there anything that I cannot do?
This is it. Probably not at this point. You're my hero. You're my hero, boy. Let me tell you. That was the only thing I didn't copy to bring. You're right, huh? To come back up here more often. Anyway, it's a list of all the roles, and it basically has a list of responsibilities. So basically, your leadership manual, it puts it all on one page for you. And again, you can go through it. I actually put some dots next to what I feel are probably the more important parts of each role. If you take care of those, you'll get off like 90% ahead of everything. But I hope that everybody gave you some good best practices to use. Because to me, there's a lot of great stuff in Toastmasters, but I do believe that there are certain things that you do them, execute them very well, you'll become even better as a club or better as a leader in that particular position. So hope you got some good stuff out of that. So now what we're going to get into is the DCP process. Some of you may know about this, may not. As we know, there's acronyms galore in Toastmasters. CSS, BSS, LES, all this other stuff. But the DCP, Distinguished Club Program. Okay, this is just basically a process. Some of you folks have been around a while and heard it. That they basically the report card for the club. What do they look at to see if a club is successful? And what makes a successful club is having members that are doing things, members that are speaking, earning leadership awards, and getting things done in their clubs. You guys done back there? I'm going to have to separate you two.
Probably.
I'm going to have to change. I'm picking it up.
I'm trying to help.
So I know. We'll help after. I'm trying to help. Let me help first and then you.
Wait, I'm just answering a question.
I know. So DCP, Distinguished Club Program, is the whole 1 through 10 thing. And I've got this, and we'll give you a handout here in a second on the roles and what's going to happen inside the club. Okay? So why do you want to do this? Anybody know?
Shows progress.
There you go. Okay, progress. Thanks, Mindy. What else? Some other reasons.
Like track numbers.
Track numbers, okay?
Members.
Numbers and members.
Well, if you're talking about the DCP,
Yes, ma'am. I am.
why you do that? Because if you are successful in obtaining at least half of those goals, you've got a club that actually has a pulse.
There you go. And it's true. This gives, unfortunately, in any management role, there is a function of looking at the numbers to know how things are going and how successful things are being. This is Toastmasters dashboard, if you will, to show how a club's doing. Joel mentioned earlier, many clubs in our district have not had educational awards for 2 years. So that means either people are speaking for free, as we call it, there's no free speeches in Toastmasters, or they're not tracking them, or nobody's speaking. So what's happening in a lot of the clubs?
Actually, there is a club that is still in existence. I think they've kind of gotten the old ones out and there's a bunch of new ones. But they were a social club.
Right.
It was the same ones, and they were a social club. And they would save their educational awards until they finally achieved enough to be distinguished. It might be 5 years old. And then they finally submitted them.
Gotcha.
When they knew they could be distinguished, because they didn't want to waste any educational goals.
And I mean, I don't know, that's another conversation.
But
I don't necessarily prescribe to that philosophy.
no, I'm just saying that's how ridiculous some of them get.
Right, I got you. So it gives us like a pulse on the club, and to me, I believe it's a responsibility of us as leaders in the club.
Yeah.
I really do. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you helping me. Oh, you're good. Thank you. I really believe it's a responsibility as leadership. We owe it to our clubs and to our members to follow this program and help us execute it as best we can. Okay. The track, again, as most folks know, if you're new, some people don't realize you can do them both at the same time. I think most everybody here should understand that. You can work in the CC and the CL all at the same time. That's not a hard thing to know. But you got to know what you're shooting for. Number one is membership growth, minimum of 20 or +5 of your base. But I really believe the +5 is because you can get 8 just following, just taking care of the people that come through the doors, like Joel talked about earlier. You can get 8 members by doing that and nothing else. Okay? Sure, you may lose a few, no question about that. That happens. So, but I believe the 20 should be the goal. Once you hit 20, okay, then we can go plus. In my opinion, my humble opinion, they say 20 is a healthy club in Toastmasters. I think it should be 25 to 30 personally. Because we know the numbers, half to maybe 2/3 are actually showing up to the meetings. So 10 people, you're running a good meeting, you got enough folks to have some energy and some fun. You have to work at it when you're a little bit smaller than that, but you want to be a little bit past that. But it's definitely achievable. Again, the first 6 are real simple. And I'm going to go ahead and pass that out. But these are all educational awards. So what does this tell us? 5 of these get you distinguished. So if this is all you're doing every year, you're making distinguished. This is 2 pages. You ain't talking as long as I am either. You just talk for an hour. I got to speak like 3 or 4 hours up here. And I'm sure they don't like, I know. You didn't sign up for all this work, did you?
No. So it was going to be fun.
Sweating and all that.
You promised me it was going to be fun, Richard.
That's all right. I'll get you a cold Coke on the way home.
As opposed to a hot cup.
Get them an RC Cola.
So are we familiar with all these
An
acronyms
RC
up here, guys?
Yes.
We know what those are? I know Miss Maxine and Justin, you knew. Y'all know what these mean? All these acronyms here?
Oh, I do,
Some
I
of
do,
them?
I
Yeah.
do.
Advanced Leader Bronze, Advanced Leader Silver, Advanced Communicator Bronze and Silver. So those are the higher levels, the advanced levels of what we do. But again, so let me point out something real quick. So there's 10 speeches pretty much for every award except for some of your leadership awards, right? So in the course of a given year, if you want to achieve all 6 of these, there's going to be about 66 speeches given in a club. Now, say in your club, people can go to other clubs and speak. So maybe inside, outside, you can get credit for up to 1 speech per manual outside of your club, as long as you have someone there to evaluate. Maybe you're giving it at work. Somebody come visit for that presentation to evaluate you, you can do that too. So if you look at the number of meetings you have in a given year, and how many speeches per meeting, can you achieve that number by doing the math? I think every other week meeting, that's about 24 meetings a year, because you figure you fall into holiday weeks, you won't meet. If 3 speeches a meeting, I think that's like 72 speeches a year. So if you got to get 66, you can only miss a few and to not make this. Okay? So just to think about for the clubs that meet every other week. Just something to consider. If you meet every week, now you're adding twice that number of speech possibilities to your role. Okay? Just an idea to think about. So all 6 of those you're already distinguished. But 8 of these are educational, again, 65 speeches. So it's real simple. The other 2 educations again. 4 members and 4 more. Like Joel said, remember the gimmies. If you're just taking care of the people coming through the door that want something, you'll get 8 members. I firmly believe that. I really do. And another thought from a membership standpoint is everyone find one. If every member just tries to bring in 1 new member, you could theoretically double your club. Just 1 in a given 12 months. That's pretty achievable in my opinion. And then of course, training your club leaders, what we're doing today, 4 and 4 for each session. You have 7. If you get at least 4 trained, you get credit for that. And then your renewal report and officer list submitted by the end of the year for the next year. And you've hit it, and that's 10 out of 10. Definitely achievable. It's really not that difficult when you plan ahead for it. But, so, any rocket scientists in here? Joel? I don't know about a rocket scientist.
Rocket Man.
But it's really not difficult. I'm being a little facetious there, but it's really not difficult. We just have to pay attention. We have to look at it, and we have to know what we're shooting for, what our goals are. Helping folks, right? That's all we're doing is helping them. So if we do that, we'll be good. Again, the first 6 and 10 are taking speeches, so start giving them a tracker. I talked earlier about, but I strongly suggest this in some of the clubs with senior members. I was talking to Jay about Mr. Art at his club. He seems engaged. He seems like he wants to speak. I think he needs to be given permission to speak, though. Because some folks, well, I don't want to take up space for the new guys. Well, if there's not new guys speaking, go ahead and speak. And what I suggest some of them do, again, successful club, better speaker, leadership. That's 30 speeches right there that members can give and assign them to a competent communicator. Something else I thought about in our club, we never did do it last year. How many senior members do you have that never, that if you guys are new in your club, you've never heard an icebreaker from some of the senior members, have you? So if you did hear one, you might get to know a little bit more about them inside the meeting. So how about a senior member give an icebreaker? Just an idea. Put it toward that stuff. Show them how easy it is to write a speech. I give a presentation on that. Joelle has a video online about how to write a speech. I'm going to probably do one sometime this year as well. But give them some tools. Again, that's in the Better Speaker series. How to write the speech. Talks about the intro, body, conclusion, etc. But show them. Give them that information. And again, once they get their goals, everything else will start to happen. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to share with you that the education session, well, the speech that you went over with us on writing a speech, a friend of mine had to write a sermon.
Uh-huh. Can you use that strategy?
With her.
Awesome.
She was able to write it together, and she got a pretty good evaluation of it.
Well, that's awesome. That's good. I appreciate that. Because it's not hard, but I remember coming back to when I joined, nobody ever talked to me about how to put a speech together, how to do it. But again, that's what we're here for, is to educate our members. And if we're doing that, we'll do all right. My 4 easy steps, if you will, again, comes back to value. This is something I haven't talked about before, mentor. I still believe good meetings and mentor your people, and you'll be good. Your clubs will change. You won't imagine the difference it'll make. And it's a matter of asking people inside your club to step up and do some things. Mentor somebody, do these things. Any big questions on the Distinguished Club program? As far as what it is, how to execute it. Now, I have asked all of my clubs to send me their club success plan report. It's kind of lengthy, goes into a lot of really great details. All I'm looking for from presidents, VPs, is y'all get together, and by the end of the month, I'd like it. I think I've gotten some from a couple of my clubs already. It's just a general game plan. If you take that page that Joel just handed out and look at it, who in my club can we get 2 CCs from? If you know one for sure, write them down. You don't know about the other 2, okay, bronze, AC silver. What do we have? CLs. Put some names by those things and give us some ideas. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to commit to Jay that I will do another CC this year.
Oh, there we go.
2015, 2016.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
There we
You
go.
all right by me?
See there, I'm already getting some commitments, boy. Look at that,
We ever
Joe.
say about you behind your back. You all right?
Oh, that's funny. Again, the 4 and 4 members, that should be a given. Just taking the people that's in your club. You know, if you do just a little bit of work outside as you can, you know, whether it be flyers or whatever, then that's a bonus. That's extra. Training your club officers. I want to talk about this real fast, but I appreciate the fact that everybody in the room is here, because that's a commitment, and I appreciate you making that commitment. Early on in the season, before the TLI started, me and Adeline, the club program quality director, who's kind of over the education program, her and I had a conversation, and she was all nervous about the times, making sure we get it. You know, she wanted me to trim back some of the programs to keep it in time. The comment was made, you DTM ladies and the past district governors appreciate this, that move the breakout sessions up earlier, so if someone needs to leave early, they can. You can probably imagine what was responsible. It wasn't very positive, but I was nice about it. In my opinion, if you're going to come for that and leave, don't even show up at all, because you're showing no commitment level whatsoever to that role in your club. You know, and that was a little, you know, we had a conversation about it and it worked out okay, but it was just like, come on. I'm putting together and working hard to put this stuff together simply because these are the situations I see in the clubs I visit. And I don't know about other division directors or governors before me, but this is what I see, and this is what I think can help fix it. So if you don't want to come and see it, well, then that's fine, don't show up. But I appreciate the commitment you guys have made to be here. I really do. And I know schedules and family and everything comes up, but we've given 4 opportunities to get this stuff out of the way, and I appreciate you guys making time and clearing out your schedule to be here today. So that's a big deal. But again, those 4 things will knock it down for you. But even if you work backwards and you just did it the other way, you're going to have 5 goals just with the admin and the member stuff. So you can get 5 goals pretty simply if you just make a little bit of effort. And then of course here's your distinguished selecting presidents. Very simple, not really difficult to figure out. So technically you only need 9 to be distinguished. You don't even have to have 10. But 10 is a piece of cake when you've got the other things going on. So how are we going to get there? This is putting this stuff down again. Easy, 1 per year. It should be no problem for you. Every member should be able to. There's even to me, the speaking to inform and is it specialty speeches, I think, Joel? Those are 2 easy advanced communicator books to kind of run through if you're just kind of looking to get an extra award. They're pretty simple to get through, not really difficult at all. Because some of those speeches are actually very short, if I'm not mistaken. And the senior folks, again, in the club, you should be helping to mentor other people if you're still around. You know, and again, I had to work hard to get some of my senior folks to give me some educational stuff and give me some mentorship. But it did once I asked and really was persistent about it. The folks helped out. I don't think anybody doesn't want to help if you just approach it the right way. I really think so. So the 10 goals, how to meet them, set them, strategies. This is the one strictly then. But I have one. Healthy clubs are good members, and healthy members make good clubs. It all goes hand in hand. If we focus on the member, and what are we doing for them, everything else will fall into place. Or do you believe them? And then the best practices is my last handout here. To show them, don't tell them, give them value. Write it down. I'll tell you a short point on goal setting real fast. 2 years ago in my business, my boss had asked me to, thank you, Dan. Appreciate you, man. He's such a brat, isn't he? Golly.
I want ice cream.
Appreciate it. I can do ice cream, that's fine. Not a problem.
Huh?
They go with his cake?
He told me, he said, I need your goals for next year.
Yes, ice cream and cake.
So I wrote them down
Not
on a legal pad, month by month for the whole year, put them in sales, and gave it to him. No, I need it on this other form, and you got to do all the dialogue and what you're going to do, all the details. And it was okay. So I did it, but I took that piece of paper and I put it on the dashboard of my car. 3 months into that year, I had exceeded every goal for every month, just by having it in my face, knowing what it was and seeing it every day. And by the end of the year, I only missed 1 month, but I had really exceeded the other months enough to make up for that. So for the year, I was still above my goal. In my opinion, why? Because it was in my face every single day I saw it. So I tell you, write down what your plan is for the year. It don't have to be detailed and specific, but give yourself some ideas. These are the 4 folks I think can get CCs, ACs, etc., etc. If you know you're not going to get some of them, you miss them, that's okay. Well, then I need to focus on these other 2 goals and make sure we get these done to make up for that. 5 out of 10 is not hard to do at all. It's really not hard to do.
Well,
But then review it every month or every meeting or every executive meeting that you have to make sure you're on track.
I helped Kim and I, and Tony for that matter, started a prison club at Federal here in Pollock. The very first year, and you know how difficult it is to get presidentials distinguished with a brand new club because you've got to go through the CC before you go into the advanced and all of that.
Sure.
But I stood there and without telling them it was a DCP or what it was or anything else, I said, for this club, who promises they will get a CC for me? Who is going to finish their competent communicator? That's your eager beavers. And I had hands raised. I said, I need y'all up here. And and I kind of 1, 2, 3, okay, here's our 4. Who is going to go beyond that? Well, I probably had more than 4. How many are going to achieve this? And I got hands raised.
Nice.
Got them to commit individually to do maybe 1 or 2 things a year. And when they got through, there were still people out there that hadn't committed to anything, but I had a whole bunch up here with me.
Yeah.
For them to become presidential's distinguished the first year, you know, they made it because they had committed. You know, I might have just done the CC and that's all I'm committing to. But get them to commit. And don't just raise your hand, get them up there with you and say, these are the people that's going to make this club successful. It works because you look at that and you go, God, how are we going to accomplish this? Break it down and get individual commitments.
That's good. And I would agree to add on to that too, is if you just look at your leadership team, there's no reason why you can't get 5 from your leadership team.
Oh, they better be committing to something.
Exactly. So I think it's achievable. Any points from the other past disregard? No. It's not hard, but it does take effort. So you do have some work to do. Any questions? Anything from the day? I would also tell you the to-do list, have a thing or two on there. Let me know what you think. Any extra? Anybody else? You've been quiet, nothing? Nothing? What'd you like most about today? How about that? Good, that's a nice statement. Anybody else? Anything? Maxine? You've been quiet too.
A lot of great information. I was able to take a lot of notes, and I definitely want to bring it back and, you know, utilize these things to the club better.
Yeah, like I say, break it down into small pieces. You know, we gave you a lot of information, but when it comes down to today, I would say, you know, first responders taking care of you, new folks that walk through the